everyone, and welcome. Glad to be with you tonight. We've got a great show for you. And what a great 2017 it's been for the Eagles. Think about it. Day one, the Cowboys come to town. They're the winners of the NFC East. Now, as 2017 leaves us, the Eagles, the NFC East champions, the Cowboys coming to Philadelphia, and they will watch the playoffs from their couches. Sounds like a good time. Speaking of a good time, we've got Fletcher Cox. All about Fletcher, his rise to Pro Bowl stardom from humble roots in Yazoo City, Mississippi. Let's start the show, though, with a look back at Monday night's win over the Oakland Raiders, a victory that gave the Eagles the #1 seed in the NFC playoffs. It's Sounds of the Week, presented by Bose. Nothing comes between you and your music.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to Lincoln Financial Field, home of the NFC Eastern Division champion Philadelphia Eagles. An Eagles win locks up the #1 seed and home field throughout the playoffs.
The festivities of December 25th were alive and well at Lincoln Financial Field. The sub-freezing temperatures and the excitement of the season were evident all over the stadium. But the Philadelphia Eagles had a game to play, and the defense was looking to bounce back from their performance in Week 15 against the New York Giants.
Let's own it tonight, man.
Yep.
Let's own it tonight.
Take over.
Let's own it tonight.
Take over, yeah.
As the Eagles' offense came onto the field, they had their sights set squarely on having home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Foles in the gun. Let's see if he goes to Ajayi. He does. Tries to sweep across the 40, the 45, the 50, and that's a first down. Foles calling for the football, takes the snap. He gives it off to Clement. He's got a first down and more. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. He's at the 30, where he's tackled by Reggie Nelson. In the gun is Foles. He's back. He dumps it off to Ajayi. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. The 5. He dives. Touchdown! Ajayi!
The Eagles jumped out to the lead on the touchdown from Jay Ajayi, but the Raiders responded with a 63-yard touchdown to Amari Cooper. The offenses were silenced for the rest of the first half, but the Raiders made it into Eagles territory to begin the second half.
Here's the field goal. Should be automatic. Spotted, kicked up, and it is good. And the Raiders take the lead for the first time tonight. Timeout on the field with the score. Oakland 10, Eagles 7.
Trailing by 3, the Eagles' defense that had been shaky regained their previous dominant form.
Cordero Patterson in motion. Carr slips it off inside and thrown for a loss is Richard by Vinny Curry. That's more like it. On first down, he goes to Washington, who's hit and thrown down.
Donnell Ellaby plugged in at the middle linebacker spot, and on the snap, he gets penetration.
First and 10. Handoff inside, and there is nothing there. And the football comes loose again to the Eagles have it back.
I got it. Trust me, I got it. Trust me.
Eagles have it back.
With the turnover, the Eagles offense was able to get into field goal position, and Jake Elliott sought to regain his form after an earlier miss.
35-yard field goal to tie the game. Ball is spotted. The kick is away, and the kick is good, and we're tied at 10.
The Eagles' defense continued their dominance.
Carr comes right back and goes to Lynch, and he is brought down for a loss. They throw him for a loss.
Hey, when is this sack? Sack.
Carr back. Carr steps up. Carr is hit. Football loose. It is fumbled. Raiders pick it up. Running with it is DeAndre Washington, and he gets back to the 45. How many times can this defense turn them away?
Hey, I told you about to be a sack.
Eagles have come up with 2 turnovers in this game, an interception and a fumble recovery. Carr gives it to Richard. Richard across the 20, pushing and pulling down to the 15, fumbles the football, and the Eagles have it.
The Eagles' defense kept creating turnovers, but the offense was unable to capitalize on them. Ronald Darby's interception would change all of that.
It is second down and 10. Carr backpedals, fires on a quick slant. It's intercepted. Ronald Darby.
The Eagles were in position to win the game on the foot of Jake Elliott.
Ball is spotted. Kick is away. It's got the distance. It's good!
He did it again. Merry Christmas, everybody.
From humble beginnings in Yazoo City, Mississippi, all the way to Philadelphia, it's been a steady rise to stardom It's our goal to go with Pro Bowl defensive tackle Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher has not changed in my eyesight, not once. Some people say he's a mama's baby, but I don't see it. It's just a typical kid. He did things that little kids do. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing surprising. Sometimes he would do things that I would say don't do, but that's common. That's with all kids. For instance, I went to work one day, I said, don't climb that tree back there because you might fall out the tree. He went right on and climbed the tree and fell out the tree, cut his knee up. So I ended up coming home from work to take him so he could get it all stitched up, but it was okay. Normal, typical children stuff. I'll be like, it ain't too much you do that I don't know about. If I don't know right now, I'm gonna find out.
Just growing up in my household, it was a single-wide trailer. It had 3 rooms, 4 kids. It was me, my twin sister, my older brother, my older sister, and it was just my mom was a single mom. And she raised all of us. You know, it was happy, you know, everybody was happy, you know, all the kids were happy. Everybody got along. She took care of us, just a single mom, and I think she did a real good job at it.
A lot of people have never heard of Yazoo City, or Yazoo City as they put it, but it's just an average quiet place with a few stores.
Yazoo City is our little hometown. It's where it all happened. It's not really a place for younger people that maybe need more excitement, you know what I'm saying?
We grew up in a neighborhood where it was just like people always fighting and you could just things that shouldn't be going on that we was growing up around.
If you want to hang around a bad crowd, you know, there's bad crowds out there. If you want to be a troublemaker, then, you know, you got those people out there. But if you want to be successful, then you kind of pull yourself away from it.
These kids come from Yazoo City. This is their world. They don't leave. They do not leave this community. They don't see past this community. And if I can get them out of here to college, most of my student athletes, if not all, graduate. With Fletcher, we really saw he might be able to play on Sundays, seriously, but we've got to get him out of here first.
I've been in high school for 7 years, and going back today for a visit, see some old teachers. You know, I'm still going to say hey, maybe see a few athletes in the hallway, say hey, shake their hand, give them a few words of encouragement. It's the hair, that's all it is.
No, it's a little height.
This right here is a trophy case. As you can see right here, where they retired my high school football jersey. Those right there, everything on that list was everything I was accomplished from the time I was in high school to the time I left.
For a minute there, Fletcher was falling off grade-wise. Miss Caters got with me, and then she got with him. Then that's when, you know, the teachers kicked in, and Miss Caters kicked in, and, you know, everything got to be smooth sailing.
This Miss Caters. Miss Caters, she was my high school counselor, and she made it happen.
I'm a big SEC football fan. He would come in and talk about the game Saturday. How did LSU do? How did Ole Miss do? What did Mississippi State do? And through that, we just developed a relationship talking about football and talking about how they did on Friday nights. Then it became an issue of, we've got to get you eligible. And it's like I tell all of these kids, it doesn't matter how good you play on Friday night if you're not making your grades, if you don't have that ACT score. It's not going to happen.
When he got to me, he was 6'4", probably 180 pounds, big ears, big smile. That we saw something special in him from day one as a freshman. We knew that this kid would be something if somebody takes time and helps him out.
My freshman year of high school, I don't think I could bench 135 pounds. And then when I finally got there, I was like, yeah, I'm the man, I can do 135. I mean, just going there like every other day and try to do 135 until I could do it. And there you go to show you that I never gave up on it or never quit.
We all knew the athlete he'd be, but he rode four-wheelers and worked on cars and went hunting all the time. You know, he was just a country kid. And then he realized that was what was taking his attention away. And I told him, you know, you could be the best player in the world. If you can't graduate, it ends here. It stops in Yazoo, stops in high school. You'll never get out. And he understood more about that, you know, now, yeah, you're right. You know, I can still do what I want to do, but take care of my business off the field too.
As you can see, the 2006 banner still hanging on the fence, baby. You know, a lot of people ask me after high school, you know, do I ever see myself going to the league? You know, honestly, no, I didn't see myself. You know, I just tell everybody I wanted to go to college first, and then, you know, see, you know, what my career take me from then. So that's about it.
The recruiting process was off the chain. I mean, it was just like, the mail that was coming to the school, they had bags and bags of mail going to the school. I would go to the mailbox every day. I had 10, 15, 20 different letters from different schools or the same school. And oh my God, when is it gonna stop?
Coach Waller made sure that I came in every day and worked. And he traveled, make sure I got to any kind of camp I was invited to, any kind of combine I was invited to. Man, it just took off from there, man. Just started getting offers, you know, coaches coming to visit.
So once he finally made a couple of visits, and when we got back, he said, I'm going to Mississippi State. And we were glad that's where he wanted to go, because it's only like 2.5 hours ride instead of all the way to Alabama or all these other places.
My biggest thing was to stay in state, and that's because, you know, my mom and family being able to come see me 2 hours away and be able to go home the next night.
He made the choice that was right for him, and it turned out to be a great choice.
Growing up, New York was just like a place I always talked about. Because I'm from Yazoo City, you know. Never thought in a million years that I would ever go to New York. But I went. Never thought I would be amongst the best of the football players. And I never just thought I'd be in their presence.
Draft was something that I would never forget. That's a proud, proud moment to sit back there in the green room, everybody nervous, you know, waiting on the phone to ring to see, you know, which way is it going. They called him on his phone and told him that Philadelphia had traded up to get him at number 12, and it was like, whoa.
With the 12th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Fletcher Cox, defensive tackle, Mississippi State.
It was, oh my God. That is an experience that, oh, it's something serious right there.
I am extremely proud. I am so proud of my brother. I just think it's just give him hope. Like, if he can make it out of Yazoo City to play pro ball, if he can make it out of Yazoo City to do anything, we can do it too.
There's not too many people out of Yazoo City that made it, but he's one of them. He's showing you that no matter where you come from, how you grew up, that if you put your mind to it, you can do what you want to do and go where you want to go.
I looked at Fletcher as my son. I would do anything in the world for him. And I always made it a point to tell him how proud of him I was, because I thought that as a player, if I had that relationship with my coach, I would want him to be proud of me. I could not have a son and be any more proud of than I am of Fletcher.
Knowing what I came from and not wanting to go back, wanting to get out of Yazoo City, I wanted to show that support system that was with me, you know, through the struggles, through the ups and downs, that I really appreciated them, and just put my nose down and go to work every day.
When it boils down to it, it really means a lot. And to all of those that helped during that period and that time, if he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing, and they said, well, I'm gonna tell your mama, you know, I appreciate you telling me that. Because if they didn't tell that, then I wouldn't have known that he was doing these type of things, you know. So yeah, it does take a village to raise kids now. And it brings me joy. And as you can see, I light up like a Christmas tree, like plugging in a Christmas tree when I talk about it. Because I am so proud of him that he has turned out to be the man that he is. He's done a good job. He's done an excessively good job.
As great as the Eagles have been on the field, compiling an NFL best 13-2 record, they've been even better off the field. Let's take a look at the Eagles in the community.
The Philadelphia Ronald McDonald House is a great organization. We provide a place of comfort and hope for families while they're traveling from long distances and staying in the hospital. What better organization to come down to work with the Philadelphia Ronald McDonald House than the Philadelphia Eagles? They were here in the beginning in 1974, and they continue to help our organization. This is a great experience for our families as they're going through such a difficult time in their lives. To take a couple minutes and play with a couple Eagles players and the cheerleaders, it really kind of eases that burden for our families.
It really helps us out, and especially around Christmas time, and it's just very costly being down here. And for them to just help out, it's a blessing, a true blessing.
Eagles are always involved in something, helping kids, helping the community, and that's something that you have to love as being a member of this organization, of this team, and I'm sure the community appreciates it. Like I said, we're here for them, but they're actually lifting my spirits. They're actually putting a smile on my face. So just as much as it benefits them, it's actually benefiting me. So it's a lovely thing to be here, and I'm grateful.
The Dallas Cowboys come to town on Sunday, and we don't like the Cowboys at all. It's always been that way. When we return Inside the Eagles, we take a look back at a memorable game, the Eagles and the Cowboys. 2003, the ground attack chewed Dallas up. Old School All 22 is next.
Hi everyone, I'm Merrill Reese, and welcome to Old School All 22. A look back at something special in Eagles history. Like, the Eagles haven't hammered the Cowboys a lot of times, but they did in this game on December 7, 2003.
With just 2 minutes left in the first half, the Eagles had the ball 3rd and 3 from the Dallas 16-yard line. Donovan McNabb set under center with two of his talented runners in the backfield, Deuce Staley and Brian Westbrook. This would be a swing screen to B. West, with Staley and right guard Bobby Williams leading the charge out in front. Westbrook makes the catch on the run, follows his blocks, runs through 3 armed tackles, and waltzes into the end zone to put the Eagles up 10-3. On the next possession, in the third quarter, the Eagles would get the ball again deep into Dallas territory. It's another two-back set. This time, Staley and fullback John Ritchie in the backfield. McNabb would take the snap and sprint to his right, selling the fake hard enough to hold the defensive end. Meanwhile, left guard John Wilborn will pull to the right to block the linebacker. This is the classic shovel pass, and it's executed to perfection. Late in the fourth quarter, with the game pretty much in hand, it would be Buckhalter's turn to join the party. This is an ISO lead run with John Ritchie blocking the play side linebacker, John Wilborn blocking the middle linebacker off the double team, and right tackle John Runyon absolutely destroying the safety, giving the Buckhalter a cutback lane to take this run 64 yards to the house, making the final score 36-10 in favor of the Eagles.
Inside the Eagles is brought to you by McDonald's, I'm loving it, and by AAA, the right call for every drive. Visit AAA.com today. All season long, you've sent us great questions to take into the locker room to ask the players. And tonight, we talked to tight end TREY BURTON, a man of many talents. He's the subject of this week's Geico Ask an Eagle.
At EE Corley asks, okay, I'll ask what we all really want to know. What is your favorite thing to eat after a win? Is it burgers? Well, on the road, we don't really have an option. The team feeds us, so there isn't really a variety. But when we're home, I'm more of a barbecue. Depends on the game, how it went. Maybe if we have an off day or two days off, I might do some pizza after that.
The regular season ends on Sunday, and then the fun begins for the Philadelphia Eagles. Make sure you're with us every step of the way on Inside the Eagles through this playoff run for the football team. Thanks so much for joining me tonight on Inside the Eagles. Have yourselves a great Eagles day.